So I get a lot of comments asking, hey there, Randy, why do you have a hole in your yard? And no one really seems to understand why I seem to leave it there, considering I have a relatively flat yard everywhere else, but I have this perfectly placed hole right next to my house. I'm gonna go ahead and show you why I did this. First of all, this hole is about 7 or 8 feet wide, and it's about a foot down with a nice gradual slope up and down. And that's done purposely. I dug that years ago and have left it for easy loading and unloading of things in the back of my truck. Let me show you. So most trucks nowadays have got what's called a rake built into them. My F-150 here is bone stock suspension, and you can see the gap between the top of the tire and the top of the fender is less than the gap in the back. And Ford does that so when you weigh the truck down, it will sit more level and not do the Carolina squat, where the rear end is lower than the front. So with that being said, your tailgate is rather high up in the air because the angle of the truck is slightly raked up, making your tailgate even higher. And a lot of these new trucks are relatively high up in the air. And when you go to start loading things, say a motorcycle, a tractor, even a wheelbarrow full of anything, it starts to get a little difficult, even with these 10-foot ramps, to push something up that. The height from the top of my tailgate to the ground is 36 inches right now. So what I'm going to do is just show you here. The tailgate is rather level, and the angle of this ramp is about 22 degrees. So to make this easier, we want to get the back end of the truck lower. Well, that's where that hole is going to come in. Being that I don't have a hill to back up next to, that would be up here, and then you could just go straight into it. That's why I use the hole. All right, here we are. I pulled the truck into the hole, and I put the back tires down in the hole, and the front is up on solid ground. Now I took a measurement, and from the top of the tailgate to the ground here is about 22 inches. I would not be able to just step up onto this before, so you can tell it's substantially lower, being that you literally can just step up and step down easily now. The other thing is, we're now ever so slightly tilted downward, having the tires down in the hole and the front tires upward. So being that the axle point is there and having a slight rake downward now, it actually helps lower the tailgate even further than just the hole. But the main thing is, we've now substantially lowered the degree that this ramp is at. I mean, we're looking at about 9 to 10 degrees. When you break it down to it, trying to load something up this ramp and into the back of the truck, especially something low like a street bike or a lawnmower with a deck on it, when you get to the top here and this angle, the deck or the bottom of the fairing of a motorcycle will want to drag on that. So decreasing your angle and lowering the back of the truck substantially helps to load the object that you're trying to load. Not to mention, pushing a wheelbarrow that's full of material up angle that is 12 degrees less will be less work for you in the long run. Simple hole, just dig a hole, nice gradual slope to it, filled in with some grass seed. Mower goes right through it, no big deal. And it makes your day a whole lot easier when you're trying to load or unload something out of the back of the truck. That is why I have a hole in my yard on this nice flat ground. Pure ease of loading and unloading. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you guys. Enjoy.